Hey everybody, Angel Arts here, and welcome back to another episode of Gay Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. In our last episode, we finally wrapped things up in the Hissing Wastes, and I am now going to spend some time going around Skyhold, talking to people, because we haven't done that in quite some time, I think. Um, so first, I am of course going to start to summon the War Council, because I do want to continue on with that next step in Cullen's companion quest, which is a really long companion quest. Chasing down Samson and trying to figure out how to how to stop Samson. Oh, we have another perk. Wow, all of a sudden the perks are flying in with all the exploring we've been doing.
It was interesting to see how much has changed in Halam Shiral. And so little. Madame Méprise is a fixture. The sun will grow cold before she retires.
Thank you for your input, ladies. Gain 1 combat ability point for the Inquisitor only. Add 1 more potion slot for all party members. Allowing more potions to be carried safely at one time. It's really nice because we can unlock that other slot. I kind of want that because I've been staring at that 3rd slot for the entirety of the game so far, and I'm like, oh, I could give it a different slot. That would give us so much more flexibility. This money stuff, I'm not hurting for money, so I don't know if I necessarily need to invest in any of these things. Liliana's have some good ones. I mean, I like the one where you can explore a wider. When you hit search, you get a significant increase to this range of the searching action. But I don't think it's as big of a deal as the other ones. Cullen's got some pretty neat ones. I mean, XP, I don't need any more XP. I've been leveling up just fine. More healing potions is good, but I mean, we haven't been hurting so much. I think if I did some of the harder difficulties, I'd be using my potions way more often and would find more use for that. So instead, I prefer variety. So let's do tempered glass flasks. Better techniques in glassworking make more durable flasks, allowing more potions to be carried safely at one time. There we go. So I don't have to look at that locked out slot anymore. Alliances falling into place. We received word from Lady Eustace Richelieu, who presumes more and more to speak for Dos Rossiers. She is also quick to use us and we. Cullen. Lady Richelieu's letter follows. The Leanders are rightfully expelled. Their holdings remain extensive, but that is meaningless. We are thus free to bargain more directly with Lady Belize Tybalt over the pairing of her daughter. A proper matchmaking can solidify a great deal of power. In your efficient service, Lady Eustace Richelieu. Judgment. Help the people of Sarnia. Mistress Poland's supplies have reached Sarnia. Food and clothing are being divided among the populace according to need. In thanks, the town has given the Inquisition several tons of their best granite as building material. Awesome. I'm glad that another thing that I like about these agent war table quests is that it allows you to continue on with the story of each of the different areas. Like, so now that I've helped out the city, how are they doing? What's been going on with them? Or now that I decided that I was going to have Mistress Poolin's punishment be this, how are things going? So it answers a lot of extra questions that that BioWare didn't need to answer necessarily, but it's just nice to have that feeling that we really are ultimately making a big difference in the world. We're actually affecting Thetis and affecting people's lives, hopefully for the good and for the better. And again, this is a major complaint that people had about Dragon Age 2 is because the story was so intimate and because it happened in one city, it didn't feel like Hawke influenced enough people, or that his decisions mattered enough, or that it didn't seem like he affected nearly the same range as, say, Angelus, your warden, or my warden, but your warden did. But in Inquisition, you have this great feeling that, yes, I am changing the world, and I am affecting so many people all across Thetis, and it's just a great feeling. You really feel super heroic, especially since, and this feeling of camaraderie, because like I said before, it's not just you helping, it's everybody coming together to help. And that's a great feeling to me. Assigning Mikhail de Chevin. I'm impressed by Mikhail's memory. He's walked the paths between the Alluvians and seems to remember much of it. This will give us some insight into Briala's schemes. Liliana. Good. I'm glad to hear that Mikhail can... He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. Definitely like his character a lot. Hire former slaves as paid workers. The former slaves freed from the hissing wastes have taken shelter with the Inquisition. Most plan to return to families who thought of them long gone, but some have asked if the Inquisitor has a place for them as paid workers. Many of these people are skilled craftsmen. Our army could always use more engineers. Yeah, engineers. I'm an engineer, in case you didn't catch that. Reconciliation for Celine and Mikhail. Oh! Right, because Celine and Mikhail ended up being dismissed. The situation surrounding that was a little odd. A note from Josephine. An interesting development. We received a visit from the cloaked woman who was revealed to be Lady Colomb, one of Empress Celine's trusted attendants. Excuse me. The Empress knows that Mikhail has joined the Inquisition and sent Colomb seeking a secret reconciliation. This subterfuge is necessary, of course, to protect Celine's reputation. An Empress's mind cannot be seen to be easily swayed by something as inconsequential as friendship. Liliana. Very heartwarming, but Celine could have found Mikhail before now if she had a mind to reconcile. No, she's playing at something more, and we will not be drawn into her game. Test her resolve. If she wants a reconciliation, let her make it public. I like this. I like that a lot, Liliana. I'm so glad that you are so well versed in the game. Good. Friends are few and far between these days. I'm glad to see the Empress come to her senses. I will inform Mikhail immediately. No, I'm trusting Liliana's gut on this. Totally trusting her gut on that. Alliances with impassioned pleas. It has come to violence. The Leander family staged blockades of several de Rossier holdings and called on the Tybalts to stand with them. The protest was apparently driven by the young man who was to marry the daughter of Lady Velise Tybalt. Lady Richelieu offers a barrage of names to clarify. The fool's son, Jessin Leander, is demanding that his name be honored, that the daughter Celeste Tybalt intended to marry him not out of status but of love, which is, of course, of no decisive value in this matter. Right. I have decided that it is simply more advantageous for her to be paired with Lord Desrossier, and her family are in no position to deny this. I don't think Art is really happy with that. She should marry the one she loves. He's not going to be buying that. Inquisitor, Lord Desrossier's advanced age ensures that their indirect houses will soon benefit. So you're just waiting for the poor man to die? You just want her to get married to someone she doesn't love just so that she could wait for him to die? That's horrible. If I'm reading this correctly, if I'm understanding this letter correctly. Gracious houses that will favor you. I trust we are understood. No. No. Yes, that could help the Inquisition, but at what cost? No, Art's not going to do that. The Leander family must be denied. In expectation, Lady Eustace Richelieu. Oh, forget you. The fight is over the daughter? Perhaps she should disappear into the arms of her lover if she so desires. I agree. This is not a fight to waste our soldiers on. I would give Lord Desrossier assurances we will not oppose the defense of his assets and let these fools sort their own mess out. Now, if we declare fully behind Lord Desrossier, we can compel the others to withdraw. Better that a son be cowed than they fall to open warfare. I think I'm going to have Liliana take care of that one too, because I like what she's saying. Hissing waste resources. According to scouts at the camp, this remote region of the wastelands has a number of resources of use to the Inquisition. Both Deathroot and Vandal area can be found along the rocky crags, though they are rare and quite dangerous to collect. Deposits of lazurite still exist in ancient mines, and expeditions could push into the mountains to look for nevarite and volcanic aurum. The scouts could look for these resources and send them back to Skyhold for use. Let our forces concentrate on gathering what herbs they can find. Yeah, there's just resources. Track down Samson. Using Maddox as a lead, Cullen has begun to hunt down anyone providing equipment and supplies that Maddox might need for Samson's armor. Lyrium reagents, dwarven tools, and so on. Cullen is arranging patrols along roads and bridges for any signs of Samson's forces trading and moving equipment. I have the patrols leave right away. This could lead to Samson's headquarters. I'm just gonna have Colin do that because it's part of his quest, I believe. Western approach, resources, gather materials, all that glitters. Yeah, hissing waste, track down Samson. Truth or Dare is done. Alliances with Impassioned, yeah. Reconciliation for Celine and Mikhail. I'm having, yeah, Liliana do this.
Let's see what we have.
Go with her. Go with what she thinks is best. Salted Plains, gather cloth, leather, emerald graves, resources. Deal with Lord Basile Marone. Emprise de Lon. Forgot what. No, not resources. What does this deal with? Right. Why can't we? We don't have to literally put her in a barrel, but let Lady Doucette know, in no uncertain, that she is no longer welcome in the Inquisition. Lady Doucette should follow her heart. Lord Basile is a minor noble, and his favor is not worth courting. I can trick him into social ruin. Once he is torn down, he may rant, but no one will listen. I like that. I like that, Josephine. Don't want to put her in a barrel. Stop the rumors. Our allies' words will turn the tide for us. This one is 48 minutes for Josephine. This one is where was that? 48 minutes? Yeah.
Inquisitor.
Alright. That will cook, and then Colin's Samson quest will be done shortly. Probably within this video, of course, because it's only 10 minutes, I think. Because I do want to try to get this. Dispatch agents to locate Maddox, which we have. Right. So. Alright, I am going to spend some time now to make my rounds and chat with our peoples. So let's start with our boyfriend. Let's start with our sweetheart, sweet Dorian. Sweet Dorian, where are you? No, not there. You're not sweet Dorian. You're sweet Dorian. I don't know if he has anything new, but we'll check.
Could I adore you more? Probably not.
We should talk.
I need to talk to you.
Could at least bring me wine. Loosens the tongue, so to speak.
It's been a while since we've
I was hoping
had a little
to spend moment
one-on-one
alone with you.
You have but to ask. Amatus. Lead the way.
in their new bed, in his brand new Ferelden bed, which is pretty awesome. You might want to check out the Orlesian bed too. I'm sure that's fancy schmancy. Okay, so Dorian had nothing new to say. Fiona, I don't know if you have anything new to say.
Greetings again, Inquisitor.
Apparently not. In fact, we just lost the wheel. We just lost the wheel, guys. Maybe I'll fix it if I leave the conversation.
Another time, then.
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
Thank you, although... Here, let me turn to my research first. I can't. Alright, I'm gonna save this. Save this. Save this. And then reload. Because that's just ridiculous. Fortunately, I mean, there are a few bugs, but in all, as bugs go, none of them are horrendously horrible. Annoying, but not horrendously
A
horrible.
request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
Thank you. How are your duties going?
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
I am able to pursue my duties with optimal efficiency, thanks to Skyhold's present state.
Good.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
As you
A
were.
request has been made of you, Inquisitor.
Yeah, I know.
Here it is.
Thank you. You already gave it to me, I thought. Vivienne, anything else?
You've made such intriguing design choices for the castle, my dear. They must be inspired.
You're too kind, my lady.
Thank you, Vivienne. I'm glad you approve.
Once this business with Corypheus is done, I'll take you to Val Royeaux. You should meet my seamstress. And appearances are important. We can't have you mistaken for a commoner.
I should be one of them. I am a commoner. I should be one of them. I can't be materialistic. That might offend her too much. I suppose you're right. Well, I am a commoner.
What's wrong with being a commoner?
There's nothing wrong with your birth, my dear, but you need to be an inspiration to the people.
That's fair.
You command an army of the faithful, outfitted by the coin of the nobility. You must be a man who the common folk aspire to be and to whom the nobility bow.
That's a lot to live up to. Let them judge me by my deeds.
My actions will inspire them. Appearances don't matter.
It would be a lovely world if we were all judged purely on our conduct, my dear. But it would not be this world. As the stories of the Inquisition spread, more and more people will wonder if you are the man they say you are. They will question what they've heard, but they will believe what they see. They must see someone greater than legends.
I mean, it's practical. A lot of things she says is practical.
If that's your standard for me, what does the Divine have to live up to?
Andraste and the Maker cast very large shadows. The Divine absolutely must set the example for all Thedas. She must seem to be the embodiment of the Maker to the faithful. She needs the authority of the Maker and the charisma of Andraste. It will be no small task to fill that vacant throne. Do you need something, my dear?
Any chance we might, there's still... That option is still there. Okay. She slightly approved, but then she approved. So she netted slightly approved. That was her net. Ooh, I need to collect my herbs. Because I still need the herbs for my... Oh, Morrigan's here! I didn't realize Morrigan was here. I could have been talking to her the entire time. Well, it's a good thing I'm making my rounds now. Prophet's Laurel. Prophet's Laurel. Elan Gamal.
Good, Inquisitor. I am glad that issue has been resolved.
But the one who repents, who has faith.
What is your evaluation of our supplies?
We are groaning with resources. A reflection of your competence and inspiration.
But takes delight in the Maker's
As you
law
were.
and creations.
Of course, Inquisitor.
She shall know the
Alright, let's
peace
talk
of
to
the
Morrigan.
Maker's benediction.
Inquisitor.
No, I don't want to talk.
What is
I'm
your
done.
evaluation of our supplies?
I'm done. Leave
We are
conversation.
groaning with resources. Another time, Inquisitor.
Yes, another time. Morrigan! Or is that Connor?
You're the Inquisitor.
Oh, it's not Connor.
You're very tall. Mother didn't say you were Canary.
Oh my gosh! That's Morrigan's... That's Angelus's... That's Angelus's and Morrigan's son? He would be 10 years old by now. 9 years old. Yeah, because it's been 10... He'd be 9 years... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I did not expect that we would meet Angelus's and Morrigan's son like this. Art actually doesn't know. Who is your mother?
And just who is your mother?
Mother is the inheritor. She who awaits the next stage.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Kieran.
Of course not. Did you see what's on his hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man.
He's also a mage, of course. He's a godchild. He's so cute. Angelus is...
My son. Never where you expect
He's
him
so
to be,
cute.
naturally.
Oh my gosh, guys. This is... Ah! Surprise after surprise! That's Morrigan's and Angelus's son. Ah. Art gets to meet everybody. Now I'm feeling a little jealous.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way.
Well, that's good.
To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad. Perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
This is really neat because after meeting, you can learn a lot about a person based on their children and how they behave, especially when their parents aren't around, you know, because they act differently while their parents, obviously they act a little differently while their parents are around, but when they're not around, you can learn a lot about people based on their children, and it seems like Kieran's a pretty good kid, which might surprise a lot of people, knowing what Morrigan was like 10 years ago. But then again, that was 10 years ago, and it seems like Morrigan's actually a pretty decent mom. I guess I wasn't, it doesn't shock me, but the boy seems normal, given what he is. He seems like a normal kid. He seems like a good kid, polite. And I guess that speaks volumes of Morrigan by extension. That she's clearly trying to make sure the child is a normal kid. You can argue whether or not there's actually ulterior motives underneath that, but I'd like to believe that Morrigan genuinely loves her child, which is interesting because she was so against love. She wasn't really a big love person, or at least she didn't see love the way a lot of other people might see love. You know, she saw love as a tool. And I guess this changes a lot, her perspective a lot, especially if she ends up romancing your warden. But yeah, it's so cool to see Kieran. Kieran looks, oh gosh, can't get over the fact that Kieran is Angelus's and Morrigan's kid. I want to see, oh gosh, any of the fan fictions, any of you out there with fan fictions need to do some sort of fan fiction where it's like Thanksgiving, whatever the Thanksgiving equivalent is in Thetis. And Rory and Angelus, you know, they're having a get-together at their place in the Benorn, because I think they moved at Rory's place in the Benorn. And, like, they invite some of their old friends, like Liliana and Alistair, of course, Sten, you know, Zevron, yeah, the whole gang, Morrigan included, and Morrigan brings Kieran, and, you know, they have a nice family get-together thing. Morrigan, of course, told Angelus that she had to cut off from Angelus. Like, the child is not meant to meet the father, which is horrible for Angelus, but maybe she might let him now that she seems to be more open to a lot of other things that she wasn't open to before. I don't know. This is all complete fan fiction. I don't think it wouldn't be canon at all whatsoever, but just a thought. Where is his father? That's a good question, Art.
Will his father be joining us as well?
It would be most unlikely.
Yeah.
I have raised Kieran on my own for quite some time now, as was my preference from the start.
Yeah.
So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
He doesn't seem odd to me.
He seems like a fine young man.
But not the sort one might expect a woman like me to raise.
Right.
No son of mine would be raised in a marsh, bereft of contact with the outside world. His future will be difficult enough without my adding to his burden. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
I'm wondering what would have happened if you didn't do the ritual with Morrigan. Would she... I know she wouldn't have a godchild. Would she not have a child at all? She might have still had a son. It wouldn't be a godson. Godchild. I'm wondering. I'm curious.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tabris-Gilmore, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
We were lucky to find it.
We were lucky to have found it when we did.
Fate is often mistaken for luck, as Mother is fond of saying. The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
Well, thank you, Morrigan. That's very kind of you.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
Interesting, Morrigan. That was very cool.
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah, yes. Whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari Wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight?
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. He is the reason the Blight was defeated.
Yep.
In the end, what he did for me, I will always be grateful. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
I like to believe that, yes, the obvious thing that Morgan was talking about when she says, what he did for me, I'd be very grateful. Obviously, a lot of people would think that what she's referring to is giving me a son, giving me a child, giving me something that I can love. I love in a way that she never realized love could be like. But in addition to that, I think she's also referring to the fact that she found friendship, genuine, no strings attached friendship with Angelus. And she specifically said that herself, that she was always going to be grateful for that he was a true friend to her. And it was just something that she never believed she would ever have, nor need. Not just have, but need. But yeah, it's really cool. So I'm glad to see that Morrigan is continuing to appreciate Angelus, and it's a shame that, again, she's still trying to cut ties with him, it looks like, especially with her son. But we'll see. Why the Orlesian Court?
The Orlesian Court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no Chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. Truth be told, our arrangement would not have lasted much longer. Too many wagging tongues, even for Celine.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some Chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
Yes. Oh, Morgan. So confident. I love her attitude. She has a great attitude.
I leave you to the garden.
As you like.
We may not see eye to eye. Again, she and Angelus may not necessarily...
I imagine your forces will be heading into the Arbor Wilds very soon, Inquisitor.
Eventually.
Trust me when I say that wherever the Alluvian is hidden, it is worth any effort to prevent Corypheus from acquiring it.
Understood. I lost my train of thought. I lost what I was trying to say. I shouldn't have clicked on you, Morrigan. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I guess if I'll think about it later. Tell me more about you.
I'd like to know more about you.
If you have questions, then ask.
I guess I got nothing else.
I leave you to the garden.
Of course. Greetings, Inquisitor.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. Soldiers are camped outside Skyhold in numbers that would give any nation pause. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
That is interesting. Another thing I thought about was when Morgan was talking about the magic within the walls of this Skyhold, which I guess the magic is what's causing the season here to be more like spring or fall or summer when it's like snowing on the outside, because there's snow all around us, but inside here it's green and it's warm, and I guess that's just the magic of this place. I'm not sure what's next. First we must defeat him. The Inquisition will continue. Art's not sure.
I have no idea what will happen once all this is over.
Do you not? No doubt there will be countless men and women with suggestions.
Yeah.
Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
That's true. Once he's saved the world, a lot of people will be praising him, but some people might want to knock him down since he's not needed anymore. He's provided, they got what they wanted out of him, and now move on, move ahead, or move off, get off the high horse.
You seem to know a great deal about elven lore.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant past, Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up. Secrets about the foundation of Thedas itself. Thus, they are my focus. Corypheus clearly feels the same.
Alright, I think that's about it.
I leave you to the garden.
Until next time, then.
Oh, my apologies, guys, that I didn't realize that Morgan was here to talk to her earlier. But I think it was great that I waited a little bit, because then it gives me another awesome surprise now. So, wow, that was awesome. Oh, this game just keeps throwing so many good bits, so many awesome things. I'm loving it. I'm gonna be sad when this is all over. Mikhail's there. Well, I'll talk to Mikhail. He's hiding in the bushes. I'll talk to Mikhail when I get in the next episode. So, thanks guys for watching this episode of Gay Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. Tune in next time, and until then, love yourselves and love each other.